Let's talk about Kayvon Thibodeaux because he's in kind of a precarious situation here. My Scrabble word for the day, precarious.
Ooh, I like it.
I can't even spell it, to be very frank with you. Anyway, it's being said that Kayvon is stuck in purgatory in New York, which is like a whole Dante's Inferno thing here, it seems like. But
Ooh,
this is
Kayvon
Buck Brooks
Inferno.
of Kayvon's Inferno. Yes, exactly. Buck Brooks of NFL Media said of Kayvon, he said, it's in a confounding group of players that exist in a sort of purgatory state between good and bad, young and old. And honestly, it's probably pretty spot on the way the word, way he's been lately. He goes on to say, as the 5th overall pick in the 2022 NFL draft, Thibodeaux is expected to take the league by storm as the explosive pass rushing threat off the edge. Though the 4th-year pro has amassed 21 sacks, 6 forced fumbles, and 46 QB hits in 43 games, the polarizing defender has not blossomed into the game changer some envisioned when the Giants added him to a front that desperately needed an impact player on the edge. With Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, and 2025 number 3 overall pick Abdul Carter poised to command significant attention from opponents this fall, Thibodeaux will have plenty of chances to show off his pass rushing prowess against favorable one-on-one matchups at the point of attack. I mean, I don't really see it as purgatory though. Like I hate, and we've talked about this before, but I feel like there's this like sentiment that like, oh, well, you're a 5th overall pick, so you have to be absolutely amazing. Like it's his fault that he hasn't developed into the player that people thought he was. Like, why don't we blame the scouts? Why don't we blame the team that's maybe not developing him correctly? Because the Giants, let's be honest, do have a history of not doing that well lately.
The coaching staff?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why is this Thibodeau's in some kind of purgatory? First off, again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. There are 31 teams in the NFL that if he got cut would gladly take him.
Without a doubt.
Like, people are just pooping on him left and right because he's not quite the player you thought he'd be at pick 5. I get it. Like, has he lived up to that hype? No. Like, I'm not going to say otherwise. But has he played well? Yes. Like, this is a legitimate above-average starter in the league.
Yeah.
Starter, not star.
Listen, you don't need every starter to be a star. You just need to play above average, and you have a damn good team.
Yeah. And again, I get it. 5th overall pick. You had high hopes from him. Let me ask you this. If he's a bust, what is Evan Neal? Just call it like it is. Like, if he's a bust, what would you call Evan Neal?
I mean, we were talking about him being a bust and then some.
I feel like there's probably somebody who's responding right now in their room or their car, wherever they're listening or watching, going, POS, all kinds of horrible.
Well, listen, I don't get demonetized on YouTube, so I'm not going to say some of the words I was thinking originally.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I want people to think about that when they think about Thibodeaux. Again, has he lived with the hype? No. But it doesn't make him a horrible player. Those are ridiculously high hype that you have when you're the 5th overall pick. Like, anything short of being a Pro Bowler, and not just once, like consistently, is like bad when you're a top 5 pick, basically. But I think, again, 31 of the teams will take him in a heartbeat. And I get what they're saying. The purgatory part is he's not bad. He's not great. He's reaching that age of his career where he's not young anymore because this is going into his 4th year. So you go, okay, well, has he peaked? Is this where he's going to be the rest of his career? But he's also not old. Like, they're not wrong on all that stuff, guys. But here's the crazy thing that people need to remember. The draft. I know, like, we have people in the draft every year now that are like 27, 28 years old, this feels like, because COVID years and all this stuff, and people played forever. Take a wild stab on how old you think Kayvon Thibodeaux is. Don't look it up. Wild stab.
He was young. We got him. It's 24.
He's 24, exactly.
Boom.
There are guys his age coming out of the draft right now.
There are older guys coming out of the draft.
And we're not saying they peaked. So why is it Kayvon's peaked?
He hasn't peaked yet. And listen, he had one job on the Wink Martindale.
Oh, he had a lot of jobs with Wink Martindale.
He did, but I'm saying like get after the quarterback, put pressure,
and go ahead and cover people like tight ends and all, and stop the run. And I mean, he had a lot of things. There's a reason why Wink Martindale edge rushers don't typically, have the best relationship. Ask Matt Judon, who became a freaking star once he went to the Patriots.
Yeah. So let's pretty much kind of let's get at. It's like now there's new coaching. Did he take a step back last year? Maybe, but like now you're learning a new system. You're learning where you're going now, going forward. Like, he still has a lot of potential. Like you said, there's plenty of kids that came out this year at 24, coming out of the draft, or 23 last year didn't peak because they're 24 now.
Yeah, nobody's talking about them peaking.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time to learn a new system and do his job better.
Now, again, 21 sacks in 43 games, guys. That means he's averaging, if a full season, 8.5 sacks. Let's call it that way. About 8.5 sacks. That's not a bad player, guys. Then throw in the fact that look what happened to the run defense when he left and Azeez Ojulari to take over.
Don the Poopa.
It was horrendous. So I don't know. I just don't like the terms purgatory and stuff like that with him, because it's like, you don't listen. Take some of the pressure off him. Like, you're now part of a defensive pass rush. You got the $30 million man in Brian Burns. You got Dexter Lawrence, the best nose tackle in all of football. You got Abdul Carter, who is, potentially the best prospect out of this entire draft. Though you could have a debate on whether Abdul Carter or Kayvon Thibodeaux is a better prospect coming out of the draft. Just saying. So I tell people to calm down on Carter too. But I'm just saying, like, now he's part of it. And they mentioned the article, the 101s. That's a big thing too. He's going to get all 101s because good luck covering that line. And I wonder, and I'm kind of curious to see, and I kind of don't want to see the same point because let's be honest, they kind of whoop our butts lately a lot. I'm curious to see the Eagles and that offensive line and what they do against this pass rush. This is going to be, if it all works out, which, let's be honest, for the Giants it never does, but if it does,
I mean, the Eagles is definitely the point.
This is a very formidable defensive line that can get to the quarterback, that can help stop the run, all the things we've been missing now. By adding Darius Alexander and Abdul Carter to this mix, you just hugely improved. And that's going to help Kayvon not get the double teams. And how many times has he been like a split second away from getting a quarterback? You've all seen it. And if you haven't, rewatch the games.
Yeah, he's had an insane amount of pressures against quarterback that we've talked about.
And you're not going to win them all, but unless you play the Commanders.
Yeah. But I mean, we've talked about this countless times on the show before, but like sacks, it's a nice number to look at your overall history, like 10 years from now, when 20 years from now you're not in the league. You look back, oh, look how many sacks this guy had. No one looks at the pressures he put on the quarterback. No one goes, oh, he pressured that quarterback so hard he made a terrible throw. There's no record for that. But like,
well, there's hurries, and that's the thing.
But like, it doesn't like account fact like if that hurry went into like interception. Like, it's not you have to watch tape for that, and like
and that's why right there again, for all their flaws, why I enjoy looking at some of the PFF grades, because it shows you stuff that I feel like you don't see on the stat lines unless you go into advanced stats and all that stuff, which is what they're doing. So, not the end all, but it's a nice thing. So, like I said, Kayvon, I don't think he's in purgatory. I think they're just looking for some guy. And I get where they're getting at. I think he's a guy who still got some injury issues over the last couple of years. He's still developing. And if he doesn't develop past what he is, that's fine. He's still an above average player in this league. May not be the star we hope we're getting, but he's still an above average, and that's not a bust. A bust is Evan Neal.
Yeah, and then so.
A bust is Eric Gray, Josh Azudu,
Wow.
Marcus McKeithen. We've had plenty of busts, guys. Let's leave the one around. Let's leave the one around and leave alone. It's not a bust. I'm just saying.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the Goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.